Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel, Shelly's Millions. We go live every Sunday morning at about 11 a.m. to talk about budget, finance, money, business. A lot of times we talk about topics in California because that's where I'm from. So, if you are just joining me, you can either kind of dictate the topics that we talk about by asking me a comment in the chat while we're live, or if you're watching this after it plays live, you can always leave me a comment down below about what you might want to talk about um, in future weeks. So last week we just scratched the surface on the topic of living abroad. A lot of times we talk about insurance, and I just want to share with you guys. um, we've been talking a lot about car insurance going up, and again, I want you guys uh, to get quotes on your car insurance from like lots of different places. But home insurance is going up, and I wanted to also share something like interesting that happened with my homeowner's insurance. Okay. Family Dollar says jobless, bored out of my mind, and depressed, waiting for potential employers to call me back. I hate being on EDD, which is unemployment. Yes. So, okay. So here are the things, right, that we kind of learned a little bit during the pandemic, but I'm going to say is advice that I would take if I was looking for a job again. And I think it's also normal to kind of rest. And I think that that's okay, right? So I think it's okay to take a little break. From those of you who don't know, Family Dollar is a regular viewer on the channel. Their name indicates where they used to work and their store closed. So that's why they're on unemployment. That's why they're bored out of their mind and depressed. So it's a balance between like relaxing, mourning the job that you worked at for a while that you don't have anymore, with getting up, bettering ourselves, and like taking charge of our lives, right? And I completely get it, because when I shifted jobs and then I shifted back, I went through exactly the same thing. So I would recommend doing some sort of routine. I'm not a doctor, but like they say, get up and exercise, right? Um, because exercise is going to clear your brain and like it'll kind of give you like a little routine. So, in my ideal world, and I'm not necessarily saying I did this, but in my ideal world, right, I would, if I were looking for work again, I would set an alarm for 7 a.m. I would have my gym clothes or my walking outfit laid out the night before. I would put that on, go for a walk, maybe like a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood. Uh, Sometimes I like to call my walks more of a stroll, but like get out, get some fresh air, clear your head, come back home, take a shower, get dressed for the day. Even if you're not going out, get dressed for the day, right? Do some it's kind of like self-care. Plus, I cannot tell you how many times that I have not applied my own advice. I'm going to just be honest, but where I've told myself, "Oh, well, I would have made a video, but I didn't have my hair and makeup done. I would have done X, Y, and Z, but I didn't look the way I wanted to." So just get dressed as if you're going to work or going like to a nice brunch or something. Get dressed, get out of your PJs. After you're dressed and out of your PJs, you want to eat some breakfast, you want to nourish yourself, right? Um then while you're looking for work, I think what I would do is I would get like a Google certification, check out Skillshare, check out Upwork. And I don't have any links. I wish I did. But a lot of people have links to free trials. And by people, I mean YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers that, or I'm sure if you Google, well, let's see about Googling um like Skillshare and Upwork and see if there's like an introductory code. There normally is, but sometimes if you find it through like a YouTuber's link, they'll have like it'll be like a couple weeks longer. Like I want to say that on one of them the introductory period is only 2 weeks, but like if you go through a YouTuber's link, it'll be like a full month, right? So I would spend after you get dressed and you've eaten breakfast and you've taken a walk, um, I would spend like an hour. If you have it, I would spend an hour working on like a certification or a skill or just a course. Like, what are you interested in? Like, some things that I'm interested in. I'm interested in marketing. As we get, I have some life updates that I'll share with you guys in a minute, but as I'm getting prepared for these life updates, I really like, oh my God, Rocky has asked a great thing, but I really like marketing. So I would love to know more about, and Infinity, I see I skipped your question, so I'll come right back to it. But I love that Rocky asked me about this. So, um, take some sort of course that you're interested in. See if you like it. I really like numbers. I feel like I would really like accounting, right? It's at a corporation. I would also like I would probably like to be a tax preparer because one, right? And you can't disclose these kinds of things, but like I would love to know. I would love to get into the details of what's going on in other people's finances. I don't know if you guys have watched this channel called Caleb Hammer. He kind of does financial audits for usually like people Gen millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. I don't know if he's done Gen Alpha yet, if they're too young to be in the workforce, but um he digs into their finances and I'm just like I'm so nosy to be honest. I like to know what other people are doing and that's not a good trait, right? They say don't compare yourself, but I like to know what other people are doing with their finances. I would like to be like a I would like to I'm not a financial advisor, but I think I would love to actually like get some certifications in that. Um and do that. Although as much as like I love money and numbers and finance, I also really care about people. So I know that I would feel really terrible if I somehow made a bad investment for someone. So I'm not sure about the financial advisor thing, but something else that I love also a little bit because I'm nosy, is I think I might want to be like a real estate agent. And I'm just like sharing some of these things so that it gives you some ideas where you might want to look, whatever you're passionate about. And then there's things that I tell myself I should be passionate about. For example, like maybe you want to do a class that's more of a hobby. This probably has dust on it. Does it? No. But I need to learn how to use my camera. I don't take it out. I don't use it. And I have this for making YouTube videos. So I should want to learn how to use this. And somebody told me go out and take it out and just take pictures and like at a zoo or something, somewhere where I enjoy and try out the different settings and it doesn't have to be like with an end goal of posting a video, just to get me more comfortable using the camera. So, whatever it is that you've always wondered if you would really like it, um, check that out. Try and take some free courses online for it. And then, make yourself a healthy dinner. Like maybe like don't allow yourself to turn on the television until like after 7 p.m. Um, but really take some time for yourself to see what you want and create a routine for yourself. So like after like maybe the hour of coursework, self-improvement, exploring potential new careers, um from there I would spend at least an hour actually applying for jobs. Even if it's and again, reach for the sky. Like you don't know what could happen. You don't know what companies are looking for. So just put yourself out there. If it's a job that you're interested in, apply for it and see what happens. Okay. So that's my advice that I would take if I were looking for a job again. Okay, Infinity says that they're sorry that Family Dollar being bored with nothing to do sucks. If I was a millionaire and had several millions and didn't need to work, I still would for the sake of my sanity. Yeah, a lot of people would. Guys, I'm going to share like some of my rich dreams though, right? We're just going to think about something fun for like a second. If I had multi-million dollars, right? And I was able to like not work and I could take care of my mom's medical bills and everything. I would love a house with a heated pool. Is that environmentally responsible? No, but I love swimming, but I don't necessarily love swimming in the cold. So I would want to have I would swim for like an hour when I woke up and I would have a house with a heated pool. I would have a bigger house than I have now, but not too big because I don't want to clean it and I wouldn't, although if I had that kind of money I could hire someone to clean it. I don't need more house than I can use, but a pool heated I would love. I would love I haven't you guys know that Play the Violin was on my 2024 like to-do list. I've only picked it up once, maybe twice. I would hire like an instructor to come to my house and like we would do it that way. So I'd swim and then I'd have like a personal chef if I was really rich. I would have somebody come to the house and give me violin lessons. I would have somebody come to the house and give me language lessons. Then I think I would like try a new restaurant, like meet up with friends. I would love to do some volunteer work, maybe something to offset the use of the heated pool. So, what I'm saying is, I think, I don't know, but I feel like I could fill my day without working. I don't know. Okay. Now, Rocky said, what do I think about going to a trade school? He's thinking either medical assistant or optical tech. I am 100% on board with trade schools of anything. Um, Something else that I've been looking into, especially being female, is the trades, right? And apparently, like, there's like electrical trades, and you kind of like join the union, and then you do like an apprenticeship, and you don't have to have like a really high education and all of this stuff. I will tell you a couple things that make me hesitant about those kinds of trades, and this is just me personally. Number 1, I don't like heights. So, a lot of I don't know if they're electricians, but the people that are working up there, I think they're in the power lines, right? And that's a very dangerous job. Um, but there's no way. I'm not going up if I'm not going up. If it involves going up, I'm not doing it. Um, I like yeah. I don't like ladders. Even if a step stool, okay. I can go up like the height of a step stool or like a 4-rung ladder. But if we're on like rung 5, somebody else got to do it. It's just that's not for me, right? And I think the job pays well because I think there's like a lot of people that don't like heights. And probably like if you're climbing up there, you're changing electrical wires. Um, that's dangerous. You could get shocked, right? So there's a reason why those jobs pay really well. But now if there's somebody that organizes the schedule for where those electricians that are climbing the utility poles are going, there's somebody that orchestrates the day and like make sure those bills are paid and their paychecks are cut and that um there's enough safety equipment on hand. Absolutely. I could join in that capacity. And I would probably love that. Um, what's another trade? Like as a homeowner, so I know you're talking about like medical and optical. So if you like that, if you like helping people and you like working in the medical field, those jobs are always going to be around and necessary. So yes, that is something that I think going to a trade school would be would be beneficial. So whichever one you like, whichever one interests you the most, look I would look if I were in your position, I would look at which salaries pay the highest, but I absolutely think that those are good career paths. Um, as a homeowner, some other like alternate careers, I might while I don't want to go up and I don't want to climb anything, I might want to do some construction, like single story houses. I would love to know more about like my plumbing, my air conditioning, my electrical system. Did I mention last week that I spent a lot of money last year in 2023 on an electrical project, right? And like I had to upgrade my whole panel when I installed the washer dryer. Uh and when I did that, I also wanted to install some outdoor electrical outlets because I didn't have any. I was running an extension cord through my kitchen to outdoors if I wanted to like um, run a George Foreman grill, or my roommate and I bought, like, my best friend that rents the garage, we bought like an outdoor projector to watch movies. So if I wanted to do that, I had to run an extension cord. And so I had outdoor electrical outlets installed. And I just told him, like, oh, I'd like one kind of here, kind of by the door, and another one over here. They put it underneath, like, where my drain, like, I have a flat roof. And so there's like a drain hole. They put the electrical outlet literally right underneath that. So that was something that I wasn't thinking about, but I feel like a professional who I was having installed it should have been like, hey, lady, like, don't be stupid. Don't put that there. Um, so there's just things like that as a homeowner that I would like to learn those skills. And then in terms of like not wanting to go up and being afraid of things that like trades where I would go up, there's also like heavy equipment drivers. Now, I feel like I would be okay at that, but don't like forklift drivers, like, you see all these videos in the warehouse, like, where the guy, like, does the wrong thing with the forklift and then, like, the whole pallet falls over, so I might be a little bit nervous about heavy vehicles, but I think I could do that as long as it's not like heights. Also, like, I would not be like up in a construction crane. If I could like stay on the ground and just like push some levers to have the crane go up, maybe. But some of those cranes to like build these like, I couldn't build a skyscraper. I couldn't. Oh, architecture is something else that I'd be interested in. Like, I don't know. So all of those things are just things that I'd be interested in learning. Okay. So, Bonnie says, it's just waving. Good morning, Bonnie. Rocky says, tax preparation would be fun. I always want to take the H&R Block classes. Yeah, absolutely. And I think like you can, like, they'll sponsor you. So I would love, like, I would also love, like, in addition to like being nosy about people's finances, I would love like helping to make sure that they were getting the best tax breaks possible. And I feel like I'd be good at that because I feel like figuring out the EDD. I know there's a lot more tax laws, right? Um, but I feel like it's kind of like about dotting your I's and crossing your T's, which is a lot of what figuring out all that EDD mumbo jumbo was about. Like when I was helping people break down unemployment, I feel like it was about like just understanding it and slowing down and going step by step and like helping people understand that. I've been told by you guys that I'm good at explaining things. So I think I would really like something like that. And again, what do they say? Death and taxes are the only two things you can count on. So people are always going to need people to help with their taxes. Although I will say that even with everything that I've got going on in my life, working a W-2 job and running the channel Shelly's Millions, so being self-employed and being a homeowner and all those things, I just do my taxes using the online software from H&R Block, and it seems fine so far. Okay, Joel says, I don't know if this is foolish or not, but I replaced my car with a car I always wanted. Okay, a 2011 Porsche 911. Such a beautiful and fast car, but you've been saving for years, so maybe it's okay financially. Joel, only you know that for yourself. I so I don't want to judge you, right? But I do follow a YouTuber, Minority Mindset, and this is what he says. If you can't afford to buy 5 of them, you can't afford to buy any. But sometimes, right, there's like a dream vacation that you want to go on. And it sounds like you saved up, sounds like you paid in cash. So, um if that's the case, that probably means that you had the money to do it, even if you didn't have enough money to buy 5. For me, when I was little, I used to tell my mom, and I don't know if they still look like this, but I used to tell my mom that I thought Porsches looked like an elephant sat on the back of it. I was like, I don't like those. They look like an elephant sat on the back and like squished it. Um, I've since changed my mind a bit on the Porsches, but they ride pretty low to the ground. And I've even been thinking about this, like, after all the rain that we just had and all those potholes, like, how does a sports car go over a pothole? Like, what happens? Like, I'm like imagining it just getting stuck in the pothole. So that worries me. For me, my driveway is really steep. I'm not sure I could have a car that low to the ground. Then they're expensive to repair. And I think that they do take the premium gasoline. So and they're not cheap to insure, especially in in my neighborhood. So, with all those factors, for me, it wouldn't make it a good financial decision. However, for you, Joel, because Joel's a mechanic, right? So he's going to be able to do all the repairs on that himself. He's going to be able to keep it in good condition. And I'm going to probably say that since you bought used, that car could actually appreciate in value over time, or at least it's already lost most of its value. So if you ever did need to resell it, you should still be able to do that without, losing any money. So if you're there are times in life where you just do need to do things that you enjoy. You got to monitor it though, but it sounds like you saved up, and so enjoy that car. Yeah. Okay. Pinky says, good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. Good morning and happy Sunday right back to you. Rocky doesn't like heights either. Yeah. So there's some trades that I wouldn't be good at. I started to say like maybe painting a house, but like maybe not, because if it was like more than one story, again, heights. But I would like to know like the proper process for like painting my stucco house and like all these things. Okay. Pinky says, to Rocky, consider community college if there's a program for the career you're interested in. You'll gain a trade and a 2-year degree. Yep. Okay. Can I check medical minimum wage increase in June? Yes. And let's just do that right now. And then also let's check some of those programs like Upwork and Skillshare. Okay, so first we're going to do medical minimum wage, medical minimum income. No, this is for the poverty level. I know what you're talking about though. Minimum wage going up for medical workers in California. Okay, for healthcare workers. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. You guys know that means to please like the video. Yeah. Okay, so it says that in October of 2023, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen properly. Yes, I am. That in 2023, so last year, October of last year, Governor Newsom signed Bill 525, which will increase the minimum wage for healthcare workers to $25 per hour in the coming years. So that doesn't mean it's going to that this year. It just means it's going to go up. Okay, so let's do Cal Matters. Okay. New California law raises minimum wage to $25 for healthcare workers. Okay. In summary, more than 400,000 Californians are expected to get a pay increase under the new law, which gradually raises the minimum wage to $25 an hour for healthcare employees. What earlier this year seemed like a long shot is now a done deal. Governor Gavin Newsom today signed a law that will raise the pay for hundreds of thousands of California healthcare workers and set them on a path to a $25 minimum wage. You guys, I don't want to read, well, I do kind of want to read this whole article, but I'm not going to today. I want to try and find. Oh, interesting. Okay. Minimum wage hikes through 2033. How soon workers reach this level of pay will depend on the type of facility they work in. For example, community clinics will be required to implement a $21 minimum wage by next year and reach $25 by 2027. Okay. So, um, okay. So I'm just going to go because Rocky, you mentioned like, optical health. So that would fall under other healthcare employers, it looks like, would increase their minimum wage to $21 an hour in 2024, $23 an hour in 2026, and $25 by 2028. So it looks like, but see, if you work in dialysis clinics or a large healthcare system with more than 10,000 workers, then they're going up to $23 an hour in 2024. Hospitals, so that's this year, and then next year it would be $24 in 2025, and they would reach that $25 an hour minimum wage in 2026. Okay, hospitals with a high mix of Medi-Cal and Medicare patients, as well as rural independent hospitals, would have to pay $18 an hour in 2024. I'm sorry, I say it like that because that is not exciting to a healthcare worker. This is the kind of thing, and like, Medi-Cal and Medicare patients need really quality doctors. But of course, we have some issues here in California anyway. And for those hospitals with a high mix of Medi-Cal and Medicare patients, that rate increases 3.5% annually until it reaches $25 an hour in 2033. And I think I'm going to rant about healthcare for just a second. It's just so frustrating. Like, I was trying to make an appointment for something, and it's going to take 6 months for them to make the appointment, and they were like, "Well, just call back like every week and see if there's cancellations." Mom, it's just for nutrition. It's not for anything serious. But like, what? Like, I don't have time to call back every week and see if there's something better. Okay, anyway. Oh, I also said, really quick before I go back to your comments, I wanted to look at like, let's look at Skillshare. Is it .com? Probably. Okay. So Skillshare. Oh, is there something? Looks like there might be Skillshare with Rakuten, which I have linked down below. So that's kind of cool. Okay. So remember how I was saying if you use like a YouTuber's login, that a lot of times you could get more time, because this says explore your creativity with thousands of hands-on classes, get 7 free days of Skillshare. And I'm not sure that that's a really good plan. Let's see. Okay, so one of the YouTubers, youtube.com. We're going to look at Ali Abdal. Look, in his videos on one of
Okay, so the other day I was sitting.
Pause. Okay. Use the promo code Ali. Okay. What is that though? Okay. Links. $1,000,000weekend.com. Blah blah blah. Oh, interesting. Guys, I might want to join a productivity community with Ali Abdal, but anyway, that's for later. Favorite tools and gear. Readwise, trading, Notion, Rise, Superhuman short form, growing a YouTube channel. Dang it. I know he normally has like a Skillshare link. I'm still looking for it. Okay, Ali Abdal. Let's Google No, not Google. What's this? Ali. Speaking of which, this guy used to be a medical doctor, and he made more on YouTube. So he's not a medical doctor anymore. Like, that's a sad state, kind of. Uh-oh, how? I lived what? Let's say first. Skillshare, not sponsored. Okay, let's just see if there's.
So people always seem to wonder how.
Sorry, I'm looking to see if we can find a Skillshare like month-long trial. Maybe we will just Google. Okay. Let's Google Skillshare promo code. Oops. Promo code. 1 month. Start today. Okay, so there it is. This looks like it's from Skillshare.com, and it's a 30-day risk-free trial. So we've got that. And it looks like on Rakuten, which you guys know I like. I've got the link to sign up. It's free to sign up. And then when you redeem your first deal, you get $30 back. But yeah, like, if you search for those promo codes, you can get up to a month off. I don't have any linked. So I just Googled it. Then there's also things like Udemy, I think it's called. I'll just show you how it's, we're going to type in Udemy promo code 2024. Okay, so, interesting. Udemy. Well, there's not any official from Udemy, but let's go to the Udemy website, see what that looks like it's geared at. Udemy courses. Skills that drive you forward. Oh, and it looks like Rakuten also has 10% cash back on that. Plans and pricing. Team personal plan, $20 per month, which that doesn't seem too bad, actually. We don't need a team plan or an enterprise plan, but this seems cool. So you can access 11,000 top courses, but I'm sure don't want to buy courses one by one, pick a plan. So I guess maybe you could buy individual courses. And then what's the other one? We looked at Upwork. Is it Upwork? Google certifications. Google certification programs. Google career certificates. So there's that also. Okay, so anyway. Data analytics, IT support, cybersecurity, all of that can be really lucrative. Yeah, so definitely check out some of those programs to expand your skills. Okay, and okay, Pinky says, I went to trade vocational school and they were only interested in loading students down with student loan debt and making a profit. Students who struggled were let go, no skill and loan debt. Oh, that's terrible. Hi, Joy and Joey. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. You agree. You'd love to learn stuff, so have knowledge about stuff that needs to be repaired. Same with a car. I don't think my brain is big enough to absorb all that information. First of all, don't say that. Like, we all learn differently. They say, like, if you just studied, I want to say, like, for an hour or two every day, like, in the end of, like, 2 years, you'd be an expert at any field. So it's all hard until you start doing it, right? And then you start doing it consistently and you get better and you absolutely can learn. Mom, that applies to you too. Speaking of mom, mom, perk up your ears. I'm not going to visit you today. I was supposed to have the day off, but I'm going to work. This seems like a good time for my life update. So, you guys know that I applied for a promotion. I didn't exactly get a promotion, but I did. I'm transferring locations and it's going to be a great opportunity for me. And it does come with a little pay increase and I'm going to be closer to home. Plus, I'm going to have a lot of opportunity. We're going to start doing some catering at this location. We have a really nice expanded food menu. It's still with the same company that I know and love and have worked with for forever. So I'm really excited about this. And there's going to be some big things happening. And I think it's definitely the right step for me. And there's still some chance that I still might there might be some more opportunities coming in the future. We don't know yet. But so far, it's a transfer with a pay increase, and like it's even more of a pay increase because it's really close to my home. I'm also really excited because my building is right next to a gym, and you guys know I don't even really care like what gym. I think I'm going to join it and go. It's not the gym that I'm already a member of. And this gym does not have as many other locations if I wanted to go. But just because it's going to be so convenient, I think I'm going to sign up for the gym that's literally like I can just walk out the door from my building and walk right into the door of their building and get my little exercise on. So I'm excited about that. On the ground floor, there's a Trader Joe's. So I can do my grocery shopping. I can go to work. Sometimes I'll work the night shift and the gym won't be open after I get off work, but maybe I can go in a little bit early and go to the gym before work. But on days when I do work in the morning, I can go to work in the morning, get off work, go to the gym, and then go down to Trader Joe's and do some grocery shopping. Like I am positive that I can make it to the gym at least 3 times a week in this building. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to like get a little healthier. I'm not going to have to drive to go to the grocery store. Like I'm just going to be there at like after work. So I think that's going to be really, really good for me, all of those things. And like it is closer to home. It's a little bit more money. So I'm not sad about it. And I'm still in the building. So all the things that I wanted to do as like a higher position, like I'm still going to get to learn those things and it will be new skills. I've started listening to somebody on YouTube. Her name is Cody Sanchez. I'm really liking all her content. P.S. guys, I don't know if I said this on live last week. I am now starting to think about buying boring businesses, right? Boring businesses like car washes. I don't really want to do a car wash. I think maybe a laundromat, where I just like make sure the machines are in good condition and I go and I collect all the quarters. Also, I feel like I would like collecting all the quarters and just seeing how much money it turns into. Maybe putting video game systems into those like launder machines, like what are the vending machines? Boring businesses. I'm just going to start saying it out loud because what you say, your thoughts become words, words become actions, actions become your life. I don't know, whatever that saying is. I want like some passive income. I'm going to have to do creative financing. I don't have money sitting in the bank to like outright buy a business, but like maybe they're interested in doing future profits. So if any of you have parents that are older, they're just wanting to retire, they don't want in the family business and you don't want to run it either. Use the link in my about section on YouTube and like, let me know about any boring businesses. If you know somebody who's wanting to sell their business, I might be looking to buy. Okay. So, Joy and Joey says that they would love to learn stuff so that they have knowledge about stuff that needs to be repaired. Same with the car. Yes. So yeah. So your brain can learn new information. But my brain didn't even finish the thought. Cody Sanchez, and a lot of things say this, right? Like you either, you should switch jobs like every 2 years and 2 to 3 years. And what she says is either you're making more money or you're learning new skills or you're looking for another position. So maybe Family Dollar, maybe that's inspiring to you because I think you mentioned that you had been at your job for a while too. And I know at a lot of companies, I don't know about yours, that they were doing wage freezes for a while before they did store closures. So, maybe look at it like, hey, this is the push you needed to learn new skills, or to go make more. And hopefully you'll have like a combination of both that'll leave you more fulfilled. I just don't want any of my viewers to think, oh, I can't absorb all that. Are you going to get it right at the beginning if you're not like inclined to learn about auto repair? No. But if you learned a little bit every day, you certainly would, you know? Okay. Hi, Debbie. Oh, and then Debbie's going to want the movie report. So, where I work, the movie this week is still Challengers, which I haven't seen. I do want to see that, Mom. I'm not sure if I want to see it with you. It looks a little racy. I don't like watching racy movies with my mom. But that one does look good. Challengers with Zendaya. It's the tennis movie. That one's still doing really well. It's in week number 2. And then we're gearing up for Futurosa, which is the next Mad Max movie. It looks pretty good. All right. Happy Sunday, Sean. Sean does not like heights and Sean likes coffee. So that seems like a good time to remind you guys that I'm going to take a sip of coffee. While I do that, if you guys could please like the video, I would appreciate it. Rocky says, thank you. You want to know, especially when fast food is making $20 and healthcare jobs are only making 18 to start. Well, some of them are only making 18 to start. Hospitals with high Medicare. And it's going to depend on the area and the specialty also, right? I'm going to also say, not to discourage you, but like with what Pinky's saying about the debt, you have to make sure that they're hiring. Although I will say that I feel like every medical field is hiring. Please, somebody, if you're even slightly inclined, look into like being a physical therapist or someone who takes mammograms and reads mammograms, a radiologist. Like, when I say it is so hard to get like an appointment right now, like everybody's just like, or therapist, like it's really hard to find people in these fields. Like they definitely need people. I don't ever think I could be a dentist. I wouldn't want to look in people's mouths, but dentists make really good money. Like I could maybe do like the x-rays and the bites, but like people's teeth kind of gross me out. So I don't know about that, but I think it pays well. But on the flip side of that, make sure that they're hiring. Like I don't know about the optical field, but I would imagine like just during the pandemic, a lot of doctors were like, and people in the medical field were like, I can make more money doing something else, and they got out of the medical field. I do think that the medical field is very demanding, long hours, call outs, lots of patients, and not a lot of caretakers because they're all stretched thin because there's not enough people in the field, which I think is why they left. So just be mindful of that. Oh, where is the little green guy? Oh, he fell, Debbie, but he's okay. There's this little sand face. I don't ever flip him inside out anymore. But anyway, we're going to make him happy again. So the challengers. Don't wait. He doesn't like being waved around. And I'm just curious, did you see Abigail, Debbie? Because I know you like the horror movies. Okay. Rocky says, I've even applied to fast food jobs and no response. You called a few to inquire, and they say they're not hiring or cutting hours of current employees. Yeah, I think a lot of this is what I was afraid would happen with the fast food. Yeah. There's a Del Taco. I took by my old location, there was a Del Taco right around the corner. This was also like a Del Taco that I used to go to when I was like 14. There was an all ages club in Pasadena called Maryland's. And we would go to Del Taco afterwards. We didn't have cars like that. This was back when they would let you walk through the drive-through. We would stand like 4 people side by side and one person would pretend to drive. But this Del Taco that's been around since I was like 13, 14, so 30 years, they closed. And I asked them why. I was like, oh, is this because of the minimum wage? And they said no, that so this is kind of like a complex where the buildings are just single story. They were one of the last tenants in that property. The property manager or owner did not renew their lease, and the girl working there said that most of the employees that wanted to continue working for Del Taco were going to transfer to a different location, but she didn't say all of them. And I have to wonder, as much as like it's great, what is going on with my hair? It's like sticking out like a koala today. Ooh. Anyway, sorry. So I have to wonder, even if they're transferring most, not all, even if they're transferring most, not all of the employees to another store, like that store was a whole existing functioning store prior to getting like a whole nother store's team. So in my mind, like the store where everybody's transferring isn't gonna have, they're not gonna have enough hours. I don't think like that they're gonna get double the business at the other store that's still open just because that one closed. Probably people will go other places. Maybe they won't get fast food anymore. Um, like because there's a grocery store pretty close by, so maybe I don't know. So that Del Taco, I used to go because it was really convenient and close to my job. So that was like the closest fast food place for when I was working a night shift. I know I should not eat fast food when I'm getting off work at the night shift, but it is what it is. So it was a super easy drive through for me to pull through. Without that convenience, without it being right there, for me to go to the other Del Taco where she said that everybody was transferring to, it would have taken me the opposite direction of the freeway. So I'm not going to go there after work. I'm not going to go out of my way. That's the whole deal with fast food, right? Is it's convenient. So if it's not like in a 2-block radius and kind of on my way to the freeway, I'm not doing it. So this would have taken me further away from the freeway to go to that one. And yeah, I don't think they're hiring as much at the fast food places. You appreciate all the information that you find for all of us. Well, thank you, thank you. Congratulations, thank you, thank you. You meant probably won't remember everything. Notes are my best friend, and congratulations, thank you. Love Trader Joe's. Yes, me too. Even a little pay increase and working closer to home is better than a promotion, in your opinion. Congratulations. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And there's gonna be lots of opportunities there. And I think I can really like shape the position and I am gonna be learning new skills. I've never done catering before. So I'm excited to like put together those menus. And we have somebody and he's kind of been helping with that. But like I want to do first I got to learn how to say it. Caprese. Is it caprese or is it just caprice? Guys, comment number 1 if it's caprese. Comment number 2 if it's caprice. Salad skewers. So it's like tomato, a mozzarella ball, a little bit of folded up basil, and sometimes they'll put like watermelon on it and they'll sprinkle like basil, or you could do like sprinkle basil on it, or you could drizzle some balsamic on it. So number 1 for caprese, number 2 for caprice salad skewers. Please help me. So like I think that would be like really cute and easy. That's like my favorite thing when I'm at catering to have. Um so I'm gonna like research the top trends in like easy catering food. We got like the heat lamps, we got the equipment, we're training the staff how to like use all of that stuff. And so it's something new and something different. Also, oh my God, I'm so excited. I really like bartending, like just for a hobby. Um, and I'll get sidetracked. I'll tell you a funny story pretty quick. So when I was in my 20s, I went to bartending school. I don't recommend that. Bartending school is a complete sham and waste of money. But the guy I was dating at the time paid for me to go. He was going to be out of town. He's like, I don't want you to be bored and lonely. So like, I think he paid like half maybe. And I was into it. And they teach you with water and it's real interesting. But so you go to bartending school and afterwards I was already working for the company that I work for now. And I was like, okay, I normally had Fridays off back then. I don't now, but I know I used to have Friday nights off. And so I printed an application to go and, like, apply at bartend to be a bartender at places. If you guys know anything about bartending, that is not how one goes about getting a bartending job. I'll tell you how you do it in a second. And it was, like, right before St. Patrick's Day when I graduated, so I was like, "Oh, they're gonna be really busy. They'll probably need extra help on St. Patrick's Day." Also, not how bartending works. So, at a movie theater, we need extra help on the holidays, not St. Patrick's Day, but, like, 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those kinds of things. It's harder to find employees that wanna work on those days. They'd rather be at home with their families. Totally understandable, but it is what it is. Not true in bartending. Bartenders like to go to work on those holidays like St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day when couples are out drinking because you make more money, you make more tips. So everybody that knows how to bartend is willing to go in on those holidays because you can make bank. And PS, let me tell you, you can make bank as a bartender and you can make bank as a server. No shame in that. Those are good careers. I do worry about the longevity of people's knees and their lower backs and their wrist if they're carrying trays and things like that. But whatever. Pretty lucrative as long as your body is able to keep doing that. So the way one gets a bartending job, you got to know somebody. You really do. So what you need to do is maybe be, and I'm not saying go out and drink every night at a bar, but if you have a local bar, make a relationship with those bartenders, make a relationship with the bar backs. And then one day, maybe it's like a Tuesday. Also, I'm not advocating though going to drink on a Tuesday night, but maybe one day it's a Tuesday, you're at your local watering hole and the bar back has just called out and you say, I'm available. And then you start bar backing. And then you're bar backing for a bartender. The bartender starts showing you how to make drinks. Then they start letting you bartend regularly. That seems to be how it goes in the bartending world. Or you find a friend that already bartends and they get you into their restaurant but you don't take your resume to the bartending place. At least not in my experience. At least, like, not to, like, physically. And, like, honestly, like, people don't really do that anymore. That was like I said, I was in my 20s, so this was, like, 27 years ago when it was more common to, like, physically take your resume and be like, "Hi, I'm Shelly. I would like to bartend for you." Um, but that's even then was not the way to go get a bartending job. So I just kinda thought that was funny because I was really gung ho. Anyway, where I work, we're doing, like, this it looks so good. I do enjoy cocktails. So I'm liking right now mezcal, and we're gonna make like a Oaxacan margarita that's gonna have mezcal in it. Then they're doing like a watermelon mojito, and like the cocktail menu that we're about to roll out just sounds amazing. We're not allowed to drink where we work, but if we were, I would definitely try every one of these drinks. Because they all sound amazing. Our current drink menu is really colorful and pretty and bright. Oh, we're doing something with ube. I can't remember which one that is. I only saw a sneak peek at the menu. But anyway, I'm really excited. It's going to be like a legit bar with legit cocktails, and I'm excited to add that to my um, repertoire also. Thank you, Rocky. Okay, Pinky says, I like that I'll be learning new skills without new responsibilities and the stress that it comes with. Promotions aren't always a good thing. This is still a really visible location, and there is still that stress, especially because there's still maybe some chances for some upward, movement. So, we're much closer to our corporate office. I'm not afraid of any of those things. Like, I'm always a people person, so I'm not like a manager that, like, hides in the office or anything like that. But there is still, like, um there's still some pressure. And for learning the new skills can be stressful too, but that doesn't mean that they can't be done. Um, we're gonna get through it though. I am capable, guys. I know I am, and I can multitask, like my sticker says over there. Okay. Have my live streaming play on TV so the laundromat customers can learn more about financial success while folding their laundry. That might not make people come to the laundromat, but that's a good idea for gaining more viewers. But I remember before last year when I was still going to laundromats, I actually got into kinda doing my laundry and, like, they would have, like, the Dodger games on. So, like, You could watch the game and get your chores done. The little green man. Debbie said, no movies lately. More of summertime for you, but keep the reports coming. Okay, I will do. Are you going to see Futurosa? That's the new Mad Max movie, and it looks really good. It looks really good. So I'm definitely going to see that in theaters. Okay, Pinky, Joy and Joey, you're 60 and you recently got a diploma to teach English as a foreign language, TEFL. When you started, you thought you took on too much, but you did it. Don't doubt yourself. That's so cool, Pinky. All right. Caprese. 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 So that would be option one, kind of. Caprese. We're going with that. So it's kind of like Capri Sun, but it's Caprese. Caprese? That's what we're going with. People know what I mean, though. But see, this is like, there's some of the pressure. Like, I think I'm supposed to know how to say that. Caprese. All right. Well, I like that. Not sure, but it sounds delicious. People know, right? They'll know no matter what I say, what I'm talking about. All right. Diana says, you passed your real estate exam in February and now you're waiting for the Department of Real Estate to issue your license. Have I ever thought about real estate? Yes. And the reason why, there's two reasons why. No, there's a lot of reasons why. Okay. Number one, I'm curious, just like I'm kind of nosy about people's finances, I'm nosy about people's houses. Like when I was little, I used to love a show called I've always been interested in money. PS. One of my favorite presents was jars of coins that I would then count. And I would be like, ooh, I could get this with that much. My second thing that I really liked, I liked watching that show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. I'm a little bit too old for MTV Cribs, but I feel like it was kind of similar, but more so I liked Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, where they would go and show you people's houses. Even now I like the show Selling Sunset, but I liked it more when it was about the selling of when they would show you the expensive houses versus like what it is now, but I do still like it. So I like seeing other people's houses. I like seeing like how they use space. That gives me ideas like, oh, it's okay to put a washer dryer in my kitchen, or oh, they're using that kind of tile in their bathroom, or oh, that's a pretty bathroom fixture, or oh, I would have never thought to put open shelves there, or like just that kind of stuff. So I like seeing the spaces themselves. I like seeing how other people are using those spaces. I like seeing like what you get for like what price. I like learning about like the different neighborhoods and like what makes them unique and like the restaurants and how that can affect like the value of the property. Um, so yeah, all of those things. And then like, just when I was buying my own house, I really enjoyed, like, looking at what was available. You can find some really crazy things and some really crazy buildings. Like, I looked at a building that was like an A-frame, and it kind of had, like, a Hawaiian tropical vibe to it, and it had a pool at the complex, but it was empty, and I think that they've now filled it in with grass, which is really sad to me. Um, then I looked at another condo, and the bathroom was like this weird burgundy color, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird, like, who would ever do that?" But, like, then I was watching a home improvement show the other day, and someone had a burgundy bathroom. I was like, "Ah, it's kinda cool." So I like seeing, like, the different styles and, like, the different buildings and the different structures and how they're using the space. And then also, I had a friend who, my real estate agent also, she was super awesome, and if I ever did get my real estate license, I would definitely, see about working for her. Shout out Kathleen Mueller, of Mueller Real Estate. I'm gonna need to go soon. But so yeah, Kathleen Mueller, real estate agent, is pretty amazing. And you guys should check her out if you're looking for properties kind of anywhere in like LA County. She does Orange County, probably do San Bernardino County, probably do Ventura County. Like almost anywhere in Southern California, she was willing to drive, and she's just really cool. And I can't thank her enough. But So through my house buying with her, like we opened cabinets and I was like opening them with my toe or my pinky or like I was like, ugh, because some of them were really gross. I think one had like standing water in it because like my budget, guys, was for the bottom of the barrel house, right? Right. My budget was not like, ooh, let's go tour like selling sunset homes. It was like, ooh, let's tour this house where the sink is backing up in the kitchen and you would have to fix that before you buy it. That's the price range that I was in. So, um, sorry, that was my boss that was calling me, so I'm like, oh, I should go soon. But, um, so yeah, so we were opening things all kinds of crazy. And then when my friend needed a house, we got there and her realtor was supposed to have met her at this house. And they didn't. I may have basically I sort of broke an entry into the house, but my friend ended up buying the house. It was okay. And I helped her like strip the floors and everything. But we definitely kind of I was like, oh, I think I know how to get in. We got to just check all the doors. And we checked all the doors and there was one that was open. So we went in. But her realtor was supposed to be at this house to show it to her, but they ended up going to the wrong house. And I was like, I can get us in because I saw my realtor do it. And then I just copied what I saw my realtor do, which was try all the doors and one was open. Um, so I feel like that's the homeowner's fault for leave. Oh, it's not, it might be trespassing, but it's not breaking an entry because the door was definitely open. So there was no breaking, there was entering. And then she was dating the guy, they weren't married, but her boyfriend at the time, he took a in the bathroom. And then I was like, I hope you guys buy this house. But then they did. And so it all worked out okay. A complete waste of someone else's money. Thanks for the tip about bartending and bartending school. I briefly entertained the idea of doing it as a side gig. I just like to socialize. I'm not trying to make a living. Yeah. And honestly, like I feel like they could like if like an Applebee's or like a TGI Fridays, they might need just bartenders, but you could probably fib a little bit about having experience. And then when you get there, be like, oh, just train me the way you do it. Or, oh, I need a refresher. Don't fib, but maybe fib. Yeah, mom, I am happy. I'm happy that like a decision has been made because like for a month, I was kind of like not aware of any decisions. And I'm finally, guys, I had been feeling under the weather for over 2 weeks. And I don't know if you can still hear it. I can take a deep breath though without coughing. And yeah, I don't know. So I'm feeling much better. And I finally like got caught up in sleep because even though I'm like working today and this will be week 2 that I've only had like 1 day off during the week. Um, They've been slightly shorter days, but we're having slightly shorter days before it goes right into longer days. Okay. Pinky says, we'll be doing sales. Sales is hard, stressful, and can be expensive, especially to start. I've been licensed for almost 30 years, not working, but I keep my license for real estate. Yeah, I definitely am interested in that. Anyway, yeah, and congratulations exactly on getting on passing your real estate exam. Absolutely, that is something to celebrate. So, I'm really proud of you. Please let me know how you end up liking it. Um, but yeah, I think it's a really cool field, so I'm glad that you're into it. You'll have to tell me how that goes. All right, guys, I think that I need to hop out and call my boss back and get my little tushy to my new job. Yeah, so the days have been shorter. I'm more rested and I'm not sick anymore. So and there's been some sort of decision and it was a good decision. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I'll see you next Sunday. Next Sunday's Mother's Day. Mom, I am going to try and see you on Mother's Day. Unless there's a work emergency, which hopefully there's not. Anyway, okay. Talk to you guys next Sunday. I never got into my insurance thing in California going up, but that's okay. And guys, feel free to leave me comments about what else you would like to talk about. Maybe I'll try and look into getting my own Skillshare code and my own like Udemy code for you guys to use to get those longer courseworks. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.